Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Ben Dragon's Daily Downloads. Today, we're going to be talking about sexual energy. Sexual energy. Kundalini, life force, chi. Semen retention. Basically, semen is your Kundalini if you're male. So by saving your semen, it's like you're charging up your Kundalini. It starts at the base of the spine. Most of us know that. What is that experience actually like when you dabble in semen retention? Well, at a certain point you start to feel like a pressure around the prostate area, and then it's kind of like a sort of orgasmic vibration you can tap into sometimes without actual ejaculation or anything like that. And if you try to squeeze the energy up your spine by contracting your stomach, especially in a meditative state and outside, sometimes you can kind of move the energy up your spine, and then you can sort of feel it up in the brain, the third eye area, and then that's when you kind of feels like this oceanic orgasmic rolling sensation. Your eyes roll back in your head and all that stuff. And it's incredible, and you can tap into the divine state of bliss. Monks, shamans, they almost always practice retaining their sexual energy for this very reason, because it allows you access into higher spiritual realms eventually. Now, what is less often talked about in regards to semen retention is the effects it has on you in day-to-day life. Now, if you're someone who lives in a matrix or society, or has a regular job, or in traffic, or anything that can irritate you or stress you out on a regular basis, having all that extra semen is also going to correlate with having extra testosterone. Now, couple that with being in irritating situations, or feeling boxed in, or feeling more vibrant in your surroundings, are trying to make you be like, if your surroundings are trying to put you in a box, but you have all this energy and semen and aggression energy, well, those things don't necessarily mix very well. Sometimes you can have an outburst or an angry moment and cause a catastrophic event for yourself in your life if you're not careful. You have to know what you're playing with. You're metaphorically playing with fire, because Kundalini essentially is fire. It's a spirit. It's life force energy. It can birth a new life. So you have to be careful with what you're doing, and you have to have a system of like having more control or mastery over your emotions, I would recommend, before even attempting semen retention, because you could get to a certain level of it and then just completely lose your shit because you weren't prepared for that level of testosterone or power or aggression, masculine energy in a nutshell. So it is very powerful, but you have to be careful with it. You have to channel it into something like a craft or a skill, or even into working out, although working out can sometimes just make you even more aggressive on top of that, building even more testosterone, because that's what working out does to you. So maybe playing a sport or running would be a very good thing to do if you are practicing semen retention. And like I said, trying to raise the Kundalini up your spine into the higher chakras, more of a mental plane. Because if it's stuck in the lower emotional chakras, you're just going to want to have a bunch of sex and possibly beat things up, and you might lose your shit at the wrong time. But if you focus on raising it up into the higher chakras by focusing on a craft or a skill you're developing, then at that point it can be very, very beneficial, and can make you extremely productive, and you can have breakthroughs in different situations in your life. You may even mess around and have a spiritual breakthrough or some kind of moment of enlightenment. But again, it all comes down to raising the energy up the chakras and not being caught in base desires. So if you are going to practice semen retention, you've got to know what you're doing it for and have a system of basically raising the energy, and know what you're using it for, to focus on something that will make your life better and more productive. If you're just doing it for no reason, just to know how it feels, I honestly wouldn't even recommend doing it. If you have no kind of spirituality or no kind of practice about you, no kind of discipline, I honestly wouldn't even recommend doing it. It might just cause a catastrophic moment in your life. So with all that being said, we have to get clear in our purpose and our mission as men to embody the divine masculine in the right way and not the lower vibrational way that just creates more turmoil in our lives. Thank you. I wish the best to you all.